What's up, guys? John here, Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru.
What's up, guys? It's Titan Lifestyle. It's Friday, and you know what time it is. Good to have John back.
Oh, yes.
He's back in business.
Yes. Thank you, guys. So obviously last week it was really, really crazy, so I appreciate Dru taking the reins and being able to do this all by himself. So, last week I was in this huge, multi-million dollar, tens of millions of dollars facility of a pharmacy that we're going to be doing some business with. And man, this place is just crazy. So be looking out for new Titan Medical Center therapies and some different branding along the way that's going to be there. So it's going to be crazy. We got a lot of great things coming for Titan Medical Center. But last week, Dru held it down, did a hell of a show, like I know we always can. So
yeah, it was a great show. A little bit different without you here or on the live, but it was a good show. Always good vibes here at Titan Lifestyle.
Yeah, man. So big shout out to everybody that always joins in on these Titan Lifestyles. Every week in and out. With me and Dru following along, supporting, chiming in. That's awesome. So if you guys are out there, please press like, press share, right? Whatever platform you guys are on. If you guys are on YouTube, press the subscribe button, hit the all notifications. Even if you guys are on Instagram and Facebook, go up and hit those tri-dots so you get all the notifications. If not, Instagram and Facebook, we'll only send it out to 10% of our listeners or our followers out there. So, you guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We got a hell of a show for you guys.
Always got a great show, and I challenge you guys. He said you could share the post. I challenge you guys. Share 50 times, you get a free shirt.
Ooh.
50 shares, you get a free shirt. So,
yes.
That could literally take about a minute. You could do it so quick. Share, cut, paste. Do whatever you got to do. 50 shares, you give a free t-shirt. Guys.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to do for you guys. It helps snowball, get the company out there.
Yes.
And plus it helps us give you guys stuff for being Titans.
Absolutely.
Being Titans.
And we want to appreciate the hard work out there. Even if you guys are on Instagram, if you guys hit that little triangle on there, you guys can share it to your story, tag us in that, and man, we'll pick somebody out of there to give some free Titan gear, something really, really cool too that's coming along. So I appreciate it. We got a hell of a show. So like I said, big shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Look, Amanda's in the house. What's going on? Jeff, Katie, Hulk Squad, what's up, brother? Brenda, what's going on? And everybody else, it's on Dru's. I can't see it. I'm sorry. It's a little smaller.
Blurry, but shout out to everybody who's on there. Appreciate you guys always tuning in. All the Hulk Squads, all the Irishmans, all the Amanda Snooks. You guys are always tuning in. We love it. So
we love it.
We love the regulars.
Yeah, and obviously we're not in the studio. If you guys can see it behind us, we're down at St.Pete Beach. Memorial Day weekend. We always come down here. We like to do some different things, different shows. We're getting some cool content for you guys down here too as well. But hell, let's get into the show. Let's get right into it. So. First topic, we always cover therapy of the week. This week is our Tri-Immune therapy.
Perfect. Perfect for this time of year, guys. Actually, perfect for any time of year. That's also great going into the fall when the weather changes. But if you guys don't want to get sick, if you want to prevent yourself from getting sick, rather than get sick and run to the drugstore, run to the doctor, this is how you prevent yourself from doing that.
Absolutely.
One a day keeps the doctor away. It's an injectable therapy. I take 1 ml every day. Again, you don't get sick.
No.
It's one of those therapies that when you guys take it, you don't realize it's working until someone asks you about it. If someone says, "Hey, how's your Tri-Immunity going?" I'm like, "Oh, wow, I haven't been sick in like 5 months, half a year, where normally I get sick every couple of months." So it's one of those things where it's like you don't really realize it. It's kind of like the CJC when your elbow pain starts going away. You're like, "How's the elbow?" "Oh, yeah, it doesn't work anymore." But guys, that stuff's very important. 1 a day keeps the doctor away. Don't get sick. Don't miss events. Don't miss work.
Absolutely.
So it's good to keep your immune system.
So let's talk about what's in the Tri-Immune if you guys don't know. So we got injectable glutathione, injectable vitamin C, and injectable zinc chloride. So these things do a number of different things as far as the health benefits for you guys out there. Inflammation, taking down the inflammation in there, free radicals, antioxidant properties, getting rid of different things in your body. And I broke this down last time I Titan Talk Tuesday for layman terms. All right, so oxidation, some people don't understand what oxidation is, right? So I just always bring it back to a car. So think about a car and up north where we used to live, right? And when it snowed outside, you had to drive on the roads. Well, plows usually went through those roads, right? Plowed, and then they put down salt
Salt or sand, and it just destroys the paint in the car.
It gets right on the chrome, and then it creates rust, right?
Yeah, all that. The car spins the tire. It spits this salt and dirt right underneath your car. That's why the corrosion. That's why if you guys see cars from up north in Florida, they have rust all around the bumpers and all underneath. We don't have that problem down here.
No, we don't. Unless you're going by the beach. You get the sand and stuff like that.
But not so much the salt. That salt will tear your car up.
Absolutely. So think about that inside your body. That's what's happening. It's oxidizing, right? And that's what antioxidants do. They basically, get the rust out of your body per se. So that's a really good layman's term of how it is, because your body will deteriorate. It has a corrosion, it has that rust-like effect. It's not rust inside your body, but it's, you're getting the visualization of that, right? The other thing is when you're talking about like zinc, it's an essential mineral. It has a lot of other benefits. And all three of these things have immune system boosting properties, fortification of the immune system. And this is not a COVID cure by any means, but a lot of people, when they were in the hospital and getting some of these things like IV therapy and stuff like that, was high dose of vitamin C. And they obviously said like vitamin D was another big one, but zinc was another huge part of these regimens afterwards. So if you guys are looking for like ultimate immune system boosting therapy, I would check out our Tri-Immune therapy. Like I said, injectable vitamin C, injectable glutathione, and injectable zinc, all in one injectable.
And again, injectable zinc, injectable vitamin C. Right. So you can't just go to your local drugstore and buy a huge container of vitamin C tablets, 1,000 milligram, the highest one or whatever. You can't take those all day and get the same effect. The only thing you're going to have is heartburn. You're going to have digestive problems. And you're probably going to piss off 50% of the pills you took because, and then again, you're going to have all that filler in there. If you see a tablet that's like this big, the only active ingredient is like this. It's like
it really
90% is a filler. The reason why they do that, otherwise the tablet would be like, it would be so small you wouldn't be able to handle it. So rather than having all those fillers pumped to your body, having all that heartburn, or pissing all of it out, take an injection and get every last milligram.
Plus putting stress on the liver because everything is filtered through the liver too, right? That's a big thing. And then absorption factor. Even if you're taking these oral supplementations, they're getting broken down the gastro tract. You're not absorbing 100%, 90%, 80%. So it's a very, very small percentage of what you are absorbing if you're taking it oral. That's the big difference to this. And you know what you're getting.
There's certain things where you can't literally eat that much and get this equivalent. To get the amount of zinc and vitamin C, I would literally have to eat like 20 steaks and like 20 oranges. I mean, it'd be too much, and then it'd have a whole bunch of other problems. So you can't. That concentrated form is so much better. So much better, because I always hear all the time, well, I can get it from food. Yeah, you can get it from food, but do you have the budget to be able to afford all that food, the stomach to be able to eat all that food, and the digestive system to be able to process all that food?
No way.
So it's almost impossible to get that.
And to go a little bit, I guess it's the same thing, but it's a little off track where we're going today, but NAC. So NAC's been a big topic out there because it's going away. FDA is going to take it over the counter. It's going to take away this use. And their reasoning is because it was originally classified for a drug, for respiratory issues, and then for acetaminophen poisoning, right? Liver detox as far as in the hospital. So at that point, glutathione is what a precursor is for NAC. So NAC is a precursor to glutathione. At that point, that's where you get the liver detoxification properties. So if you have a fatty liver or if you have high liver enzymes, ALT, AST, this will bring it down too as well. So you're getting a lot of different health benefits from the Tri-Immune therapy. So check it out. Antonio in the house. What's up, brother?
Got
How
Antonio
you doing?
on there. Got Rob
Rob's
on there.
in there. Look at Train Hard, Live Out Loud. Diva, what's going on, girl?
Hey, Rob, June 8th, Rob, we're going to tear up the gyms. Rob's coming in town.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got a room at the Hard Rock. We're going to hit the Hard Rock and hit the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Get some food. You're always welcome. John's always
Absolutely.
welcome.
I appreciate that.
I haven't seen my boy in a couple of years, so it's going to be good.
It's awesome. Big supporters out there. We appreciate everybody that supports Titan Medical Center out there. And Living Out Loud, Train Out Loud, we're going to have to get you some Titan gear out there in Vegas, man. All right. So the next thing, let's talk about the next topic at hand. If you guys have any questions about any of these therapies, anything we do from hormone replacement therapy, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, weight loss therapies, peptide therapies for weight loss, healing, libido enhancers, like I posted about today on our social media, blood work, we can service you guys nationwide, wherever you guys are at, and help you guys out with all these therapies and all these services to get you guys dialed in, feeling
panel.
right.
Full panel.
Full panels.
Complete full panel.
Complete full panels. That's right.
I challenge our full panel against the other people that say they're doing a full panel. A lot of times people hear the word full panel and they don't actually investigate and figure out what is included in that full panel.
What are those tests?
So if you guys, wherever you guys are getting your blood work done, if they say they're getting a full panel, get a list of what their full panel is and then get a list of what ours is to make sure you're actually getting that full panel.
Absolutely.
Not just the bare minimum to give you your stuff so the company can stay open.
And that's another thing too, price, right? So people have a problem with issue with price. We have the most inexpensive full panels or single tests across the country. I dare somebody to come at me with a better price, and I'll match it as long as you guys show me proof that that's what you guys are getting. I guarantee it. But from now, what I've seen, and I do a lot of market research, nobody comes close to what we're doing, guys. So if you guys just want to check that out and see what's going on, that could be the first step for you guys in educating yourself what's going on inside your body to possibly helping you guys fix it or get you guys dialed in or optimize whatever you guys need. So next topic right now, we might as well go into the biotech.
Getting crazy. They're tracking everything. I mean, all these updates and iOS updates and tracking and chips. It's getting worse and worse. Now they're saying that they're going to have a injectable chip that tracks your health.
Biotech.
Almost like it's like a self-diagnostic, kind of like how they plug up your car to the computer and tell you what's wrong with it.
Yep.
Now they can put a chip in you and tell you what's wrong with it. My whole thing is, what if there's a malfunction within the chip and it misdiagnoses you?
Yep.
And then now what happens if, I shouldn't really even say this, but say they say you have cancer, which is a terminal bad disease.
Right.
And you don't because the chip malfunctioned.
Right.
Now you might get chemo, you might get all this stuff because the chip. So it's like, I don't know. It's
really crazy.
It's weird. And then you might have those injected and people not want them, trying to get them out somehow.
This is true.
I don't know if I don't think I'd ever be comfortable with something going inside my body.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for a microchip either just yet. I know, listen, like dogs and stuff like that, like if you get a really expensive dog, like they'll microchip it.
Yeah.
So if people try to steal that dog, you can track it and find it, which a lot of people have issues with right now. Like they don't want trackability, they don't want to be tracked. They think, even the vaccine can track you to a certain extent or whatever it is. But that's another thing that come along with this, like because anything in tech can be hacked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's always people out there that are trying to hack different systems. So this could possibly hack into your system of your body and cause maybe issues. I don't know. It's
putting a lot of faith in
it's so crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like even the Neuralink, like Elon Musk is coming out with something you can implant in the body in the mind, basically, and control different things like video games and such. So it's just we're in this world where we're just advancing so fast in technology that we really don't know what's coming next and really don't know what it's going to do down the road.
And it's getting crazy too, because it used to be like you're talking about a new pair of shoes near your phone, and the next thing you know, you go and they have an advertisement, new pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
The other day, I swear, I was thinking of something. I didn't even verbalize it. I was thinking of something. It was on my mind heavy for like an hour. I grabbed my phone, and all of a sudden, I see all this stuff about it. It freaked me out. I mean, obviously it could have been coincidental. Yeah. But just the simple fact that if it gets to that point where they can control your mind.
Yeah. Oof. We'll be zombies.
Or the new Apple update is going to have, now you can, you could control it with your mind.
Oh, man.
What happens if you update your phone and somehow it's connected with your brain?
That's so
crazy. If they put those chips in everybody, then now it's going to be like, okay, it might be compatible with Apple or it might be compatible with Android.
Yep. Remember the movie? Maybe you don't. Giant Mnemonic. So Keanu Reeves basically he would basically go and he would take this information and he had a hard drive in the back of his head. He basically tune into this hard drive. He could download all this information and he could transport this information without anybody finding out about this information and then re-download it. So just crazy stuff is coming like that. So this stuff that we've seen in movies is becoming reality real quick.
I'm not a fan of it though. I don't. It's good in ways and bad in ways. Like
Absolutely.
Sometimes, what if you don't want to just disappear? You don't want to.
There's no off the grid.
I don't
anymore.
mean disappear like literally disappear. I mean, what if you just literally want to take a vacation and be away from everything?
And that's what I'm saying.
There's
no shutdown.
Yeah.
There's no shutdown.
Facial recognition everywhere.
Your phone is pretty much connected everywhere. Well, especially because of COVID and all these things. Now that just gives them more of a reason to be intrusive. And to have this technology, that's looking at us and who we are and temperatures and what else they're taking in. Even Amazon, we talked about this before, how they've got cameras inside the trucks and they're using this technology to see if the person's yawning, if they're getting tired, because at that point they can see this. If they're taking bathrooms, it's full trackability. Yeah. And to me, I love trackability to a certain extent, like productivity wise. We can see what's going on here, there. But man, where does it stop?
Yeah.
There is no ending to it.
Have we gotten that lazy because your watches do everything this chip is going to do already?
It's crazy. You're exactly right. So watches use infrared beams to track you.
I know. I'm just getting lazy. Like I'm getting so lazy. It's like it's getting. Okay, I'll tell you how lazy I am. The other day I was sitting on the couch and I felt hot.
Yeah.
So I looked back and I looked at the thermostat on the wall and I'm like, I don't feel like getting up. So I just went and did it from my phone.
Yeah.
And it was literally like 4 steps from me. Like I could have just went over and went 1, 2, 3 and came back. But then I'm like, no, let me just open. Just because, certain things like that, like you get lazy.
Yeah.
Like if I'm laying in bed and I'm hot at night and I don't want to get up, or if I'm cold and it's too, I'll just go to my phone and be like, oh, let me just turn it down a little bit. Like it's just crazy to think that like when I was a kid, the only form of like people said you were lazy if you used a TV remote.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to places and like sometimes the TV didn't even have a remote. Like you'd have to get up and
change the channel,
and get up and all that. And to think now that you could change the lights, change everything. Everything.
I know. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's convenient, right?
Yeah.
But when this stuff doesn't happen, or people are used to this, like even like kids that are growing up, like this is normal to them. Like for us when we're growing up, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
Like this is something that's like something that we get as a benefit, right?
Yeah.
This is something that, but it wasn't necessary.
And even keys, like physical paper money you don't really see that much anymore.
Right.
Keys, like physical keys, car keys, you don't see anymore push to start.
Yeah.
Or a lot of places have fobs now or codes. Like where I live is no keys, everything's a code.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, even physical things aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
But what I don't like about it is someone can hack into your system. Like someone could hack into my place. They could hack into the security. They could
Exactly.
as long as they have like certain things, or I don't know. They could break into your car.
Exactly.
You'll see people pull up next to a car with a laptop, and the car that they're gonna steal is there, and they'll be right here on their laptop programming everything, and they just get out and they jump the computer and go.
It's crazy. It is nuts,
Crazy.
guys. So on that tip, on the repurposed marketing, so when you're talking about something that pops up and you're like, damn, like how does this even know? So I've been conscious about this. So anything that I need, right? If I think, man, I need to find this, I'll just say it out loud from my phone. I'm like, I really need to find a lawn service,
Yeah,
right? And then hours later, it usually pops up what I need. I'm like, yes, this thing worked for me, right?
You'd like pizza coupon.
So, think about using this technology for your benefit, right?
We should do a video of testing that.
It works.
Like a testing video. Just
It definitely works. You guys, implore you guys to use it yourself. Like, don't have it used against you. Use it for yourself. So if you're really looking for something, say it out loud from your phone because it's listening.
And you could turn off every type of tracking thing and it will probably still listen.
Oh, for
turn
sure.
Off the headphones.
It's in the terms and conditions.
Turn off the camera, yeah.
Every time that you go into an app, think about this. Even Facebook or new apps, it'll ask you, we want to be able to use your microphone. You press yes.
Yeah.
So now I can turn on that microphone whenever it
So it
wants.
can turn it on. So even if you go in the settings and go to the app and turn it off.
Doesn't matter. You've already gave it. You could probably go in there and turn it off, but when you go in there originally, you're like, yes, and then it'll like, hey, can we use all your photos? And you press yes, then it has access to all your photos at any time it wants, and it can utilize those photos. So there's different things that happen out there, guys. So just be aware of this.
I remember using the SD card, having everything on the SD card.
Yeah.
There's a little orange light that comes on for audio and
Yeah.
a green one for video.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's another big thing. So, on the flip side of this, let's talk about the second topic, and this one's a really big one. So, they're using imagery right now to find basically prostate cancer. So, prostate cancer is on the rise, and now prostate only deals with males. So, females, you guys have nothing to worry about in this aspect. The colon's a whole different story. Now, it's colon cancer on the rise, and that's for males and females too as well. But prostate cancer is on the rise. So, there's only a couple of different ways for somebody to really tell if they're getting prostate cancer or they have prostate cancer. There's really two main things testing wise what they go by today. The first one is a blood test, PSA, right? And that's what we run on all our male panels automatically, especially if we're going to want testosterone replacement therapy. So that will be an indicator for prostate, cancer, or if you're in the early stages or where it's at. The next thing is going to be the finger. So once you hit a certain age as a male, I haven't got it done yet, and I don't really want to get this done. I was hoping technology was going to come out with something before I had to go bend over and have a damn doctor stick their finger up my rectum. At that point and feel around. I've never been violated like that. I don't want to be violated like that. But that's how they do it, right? And that's the only really way where they can feel, and they can definitely feel.
They can't just X-ray.
No.
Look.
No. Now imagery. Yeah. So the FDA just approved imagery for this. So this is it's a game changer right now. So you won't have to hopefully get the finger test. They're still saying that you have to possibly do that just to confirm and everything. But with the blood test, right, and then this imagery, this is going to be a whole different thing, for people. And they're going to get to the point where they're not going to have to stick the finger up your rectum, hopefully. So for you guys out there that haven't hit that point, hopefully, we're going to have some different options out there so we won't have to be violated or have to feel it. Some guys might like it. You never know. Like, it is what it is. I remember. There's
got to be another way. I mean, all the X-rays and stuff. Come on now.
Yep. So second leading cause of cancer death is prostate cancer. 1 in 41 will die, and 1 in 8 will be diagnosed. Wow. So that's a huge percentage.
1 in 8, huge.
1 in 8. I think that's what 20% right there. Or I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's 20%, maybe a little bit higher, because 1 in 10 is 10%. Yeah. So at that point, man, that is crazy. Wow. Yeah. This is just something that you guys need to be wary about. So you guys are getting to the age of 40 and over. That's when you really need to start looking at these different things, right? Now, if you do a PSA blood test and it does come back high, don't automatically think you have prostate cancer. You can get infections of the prostate too, and this will enlarge the prostate. And you can take medications, and this will, get rid of that infection, and everything will become normal. We have it happen a lot of times to patients, and at that point, when they do come back high, we then send them to a urologist or a specialist that can handle that and look into these different things. So don't be crazy about it. Don't get nuts if your PSA comes back a little high. Now, if it does come back high, definitely you want to make sure you're looking at these different things and go to the right person, which is usually a urologist that can check these different things out for you and just verify that you don't have prostate issues or enlargement. A lot of people have prostate enlargement. And when you have prostate enlargement, what happens is urination problems, right? When your prostate it enlarges, usually you can't go to the bathroom, right? So at that point, you can't
urinate.
Yeah, so it gives problems.
So you're like constipated urinators.
So you can have problems with urination issues, right? Or you might have to urinate too much. You actually, it pushes and you might urinate too much. Excuse me. So at that point, you really want there's a whole bunch of different medications out there that will help prostate enlargement. So this is just something you need to look at, in the future, so you guys know what's going on.
1 in 8.
I've actually had it done before.
1 in 8.
Yeah, somebody said, hang out around the bars in Tampa, you'll definitely get an infection for sure.
Who's that, Holden? Who said
Holden? Kim Fitass is in here. J Records, DJ LOA, what's going on? Knucklehead Pervert, what's going on? Waka, Logo FIA, Danny, what's going on? Leonard Tate, what's up? How you guys doing? I appreciate it. Mr. Beefcake in the house. Gaines 565. Sam Edtron, what's going on? Eric, what's up? Tinker, what's going on? Hulk Squad in the house. All right, so Hulk Squad said, what is a normal ACG regimen dosage and how many times a day or week?
Whatever it says on your bottle.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. Yeah, usually I'll give you a precise answer of what Titan Medical Center does, okay? So it's usually 338 IUs per day. Now, it's not going to say that on an insulin syringe when you do that. But
0.4 around.
Yeah, but when you dilute the medication, so if it's an 11, because there's different IUs of ACG out there. Some clinics are only giving 5,000 IUs, right? But we give an 11,000 IUs. So when you dilute it, and people have different dilutions, right? And that's how much bacteriostatic water or dilutant you're putting in the vial, and then that will determine the doses of medication you're getting and you're drawing from. So at that point, listen, 338. Now for patients, for us, if it's HRT, this could be a daily thing, which is usually recommended by the medical providers, or it can be an every other day thing. It just really depends on you, what the provider prescribes, and make sure that you guys aren't getting atrophy or tightness of the testicles, make sure semen production is there, and everything's working like it should, optimally, right? So I hope that answers your question. Another thing, big thing about HCG is that, HCG is becoming a scarce product right now. So manufacturers have HCG, and there's only a couple of compounding pharmacies that have HCG. And if you're a big client like us, you're going to be able to get that that supply. If you're not, you're probably not going to be able to get it. And a lot of other clinics that went to kisspeptin or gonadorelin for gonadal support. And we do have a couple patients out there that have tried kisspeptin. They want to say, hey, listen, what's the alternative to this? And for me, I've always been an HCG guy, right? Because that's been the main thing.
You feel great on HCG too.
HCG, it will definitely help in a lot of different ways, not just for the testicles, but libido and overall feeling. But kisspeptin, I've had some good feedback from some patients on it. So I haven't tried it yet. I will try it to give you guys my personal opinion on it, but we'll see how it is. Kim Fat-Ass Haynes, what's going on out there? She said, I'm new here. So every week we're giving you guys great information. We're talking about some of the topics that are going around out in the world right now. That's pretty interesting for me and Drew.
It's always good to have somebody new. I like hearing someone says, I'm new here. It's good to have first-time people. We're here every Friday, 2 p.m. Titan Lifestyle. You could also check out John's show. That's Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Charisse has a show. Rachel has a show. And there's an ABC show on Sunday. So you can check all the shows out, Kim.
So DJ Gitole, she did awesome. When's the girl stream again? So every Wednesday, right, 1 p.m., Charisse is going to go live for you guys. That's mainly generated towards females and talk about all
That's
these
like
good
the
things.
Lifetime Movie Network.
That's what it is.
You got to tune in.
You got to tune in.
I tune in. I don't care. It's good.
You never know what's going to come out of Charisse's
If you
mouth.
guys want to know what females are thinking, tune in. You don't got to let them know. Just tune in and watch.
Yes. Markel Success's Titan has changed my life.
Whoa.
That's awesome. So every week, we're blessed to hear this. Like whether
That's
it's
a
on
screenshot
Titan,
right there. That's a screenshot right there.
or with Drew, or or even on Charisse's, we usually always get one patient, new patient, or somebody that's been with us a long time that comes up and says something like this, and like that's very serious, man. When somebody says something like that, like you
huge.
That's priceless. It's priceless, right? And that's the best overall feeling. That's what we're in it for. So
probably the number one compliment that
100%. 100%. We have a testimonial that just came over. A guy was 464 pounds. He's lost 174 pounds with us. And I think it was like 5 months.
Wow.
I mean, it's dramatic. And the guy sent us pictures so we can post them up. Dude, you should see him.
What was his regimen?
HRT, ECA Stack Plus. I think he did some AOD.
AOD would be perfect.
We're going to list his exact regimen because they gave us the permission to. And his pictures and his testimonial because it was huge, right?
Shout out to Steven.
I mean,
that's huge.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Big shout out to all our patients out there.
Shoot me a message if you're watching, Steven, or if you're gonna watch. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I want to follow you. Keep
so
tracking.
It's really cool. So Kim, you got to tune in. Yes, 174 pounds a whole person.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%.
Definitely.
It's really crazy. So next topic off there. You want to go with your topic or my topic, Drew?
We can go with yours.
Okay, all right. So Florida law is changing here July 1st. And if you guys are in Florida, this really doesn't matter to you guys, but it might be something you might want to look into in your state. So here in Florida, when it rains and stuff like that, and it downpours when it rains here, and I'm sure it does in other states too, but it really does downpour here. So the new law is that you'll be able to use your hazard lights and turn them on during downpour so people can see visibility, if you're on the highway and such, of your car, right? To hopefully, not get as many accidents out there and have problems.
Never knew that was a law. I do it. I mean, not all the time, but sometimes it gets so crazy you can't see.
I used to yell at Charisse all the time.
I didn't know it was a law. Even now, like when I first heard the topics, I was like, that's a law. I think it's the stupidest law that they could have that you're not allowed to have it on. Like you're not allowed to be safe. No, we don't. We want you to be unsafe. But it's good that now that they allow it though, because if you guys aren't from Florida, there's no rain like Florida.
No.
If you hear like torrential thunderstorms or whatever up north, think of the worst thunderstorm you've ever had. We have that every day in Florida down here in the summertime, like around 3 and it ends at like around 4 or 5.
That's our rainy season.
Yeah, but when you drive, you literally can't see. Like you cannot. It's completely black, and the only way I could see is if I see people's flashing hazards.
That's it.
So I mean,
you got to be very careful when you're driving here.
Now you don't have to worry about breaking law. But before, even if this was a week ago and someone told me it was against the law, I would still do it because I would much rather get a ticket than die.
Yeah. For sure.
So it's kind of
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I used to always yell at Charisse because they would literally pull you over and give you a ticket for this, right? So you would get in trouble to do this, and a lot of people were doing it anyway. Like,
any cop who does that, come on now. Like I got friends that are cops, so it's not like I have a bad thing against cops. Any cop who's going to literally pull you over in a torrential downpour, get out, get himself soaking wet to write you a ticket when you're just trying to be safe. Come on now. That's one where you just got to let it. You don't have to worry about it anymore, though. You can do it now.
July 1st, we got 1 month, and it is officially going to be signed into law by Governor DeSantis, who is the best governor in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Real J33, what's going on downtown? What's up, dude? Yeah, so in New York, they have that law already, too. Hulk Squad, we know about those snowstorms. Me and Drew grew up there. So I definitely know about the snowstorms, and that was kind of how it was, too, up there. It was really bad, but you could use your hazards up north when it was snowing like that. So just really crazy. When we came down here, it was a whole different ball game, and I had to learn that law, and I never did my hazards because of that because I didn't want to get pulled over. But like I said, Shrees did it all the time, so this is a big thing, you know.
Now you can do it, though, so there's no worries. Now watch, you'll see everybody.
Right? You see flashing lights everywhere.
Blinking lights everywhere.
All right, guys. So the new airline, Breeze.
Yeah, a new airline called Breeze. It's going to be flying out of Tampa, a couple of the cities. It's owned by JetBlue. They're going to be basically having cheap flights. I really don't know that much about the airline to be comfortable flying on it yet.
Right.
But I know they have flights for like $35.
Wow.
So I mean, yeah, they have flights for $39 flight from like Tampa to Charleston, South Carolina.
But you got to pay for the bags. You got to pay for this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be like one of those Spirit things where it's like, okay, might as well,
Initially, the ticket's cheap, but everything else it's going to be more than the ticket.
Spirit, they'll probably charge you $40 if you don't bring your mask. They give you a disposable one for $40. But yeah, it's a new airline, and it only goes to 10 different cities, so it's not going to hit all the airports. Basically, just like a cheap way to travel, I guess. I noticed that a lot of places, a lot of stores, businesses are cutting costs.
Yeah.
Like even when I went into a store yesterday, it was like the flooring. They took out all the flooring, so it was just like concrete flooring. They took out all the end caps, like the top. Like, they basically just made it a building to hold like food,
like a shell.
Yeah, like it was almost like a it was like almost like a warehouse. And I was surprised because it was like a Target too, where it's like normally, I mean. I know Walmart, I know Targets are doing it, but plenty of places are just cutting costs, so you can see what they're doing with the airlines now too. But
it's horrible, man.
And I think another reason why they're doing it too is now that the airlines are opening back up, people aren't flying as much as they used to, so like we can make it cheaper for everybody. But, I mean, they've already had flights going out. I think the first flight went out on the 27th. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
So,
So what's going on, Giselle Creations? How you doing, Muscle Mania? Real J, I'll answer your question about glutathione real quick in 1 second. Let me just bring up this because this has something to do with the topic. So airlines, right? I just seen this. So what's been on the rise right now in airlines has been aggression against stewardesses. Yeah. Like this one just on Southwest just got her teeth knocked out, literally, and they had the video and everything. This chick, she was just upset. Like the stewardess said something to her. She got up and literally just punched her in the mouth and knocked out her teeth. The cops came on, arrested her, obviously, and then she got deboarded. But this has been a big thing, a big rise in aggression against stewardess and stuff like that. So what they're trying to do, the airlines now, is they are going to the federal government because that's their partner per se in the FAA, and they're saying, hey, listen, there needs to be some uptick in penalty if somebody gets physically aggressive or violent, or even getting mentally. So that means if you're mentally, if you're abusing them through words, verbally abusing. If you're cussing at them or anything like that, there should be some sort of criminal action against them. So they're saying that basically stewardesses are first responders of the air, and they should be treated as such, just like a police officer or, you're talking about a paramedic or something like that, or a nurse. If they get assaulted, then there's some serious things that are going to come along with this. So they're looking at doing this right now, which is really, really crazy. Because listen, most of the time, stewardess and that are very nice. But I'll tell you what, I've been on flights where they're not nice automatically. I don't know if they judge us or, stereotype, or they're just having a bad day, because people have bad days and they take it out on other people, right?
I think it's probably one of the situations where it's like a bad day because you can't.
Power
if you're having
hungry
a bad day and you work in an office, you could step outside your office. You can go to your car, go to the store on your lunch break, whatever. But when you're on a plane, it's almost like you're crammed in there on top of each other. Yeah. You can't just step out. You have to wait. You're dealing with people, impatient people all day long. It's like, but it's almost like the
But you know what? That's their job.
Exactly. That's what they sign up for. And the thing too is, like a lot of, it almost seems like a road rage type atmosphere when you're dealing with people, like the people that's on the plane and the flight attendants.
I think there's just so much pent up aggression because everybody's been inside because it's long.
You'll see these road rage incidents where someone will literally get killed, and it's like
For what?
The guy would never do that if he wasn't driving the car.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll see someone that literally have road rage and do something they would never normally do.
Yep.
I feel like it's like that same weird mental, I'm ready to snap on anything, I don't care type of attitude. I've never actually seen it on other flights I've been on. I've never seen someone snap like that or this and that. But I mean,
I've never seen anybody get punched like an airline attendant or anything like that. Like they like after I started looking at this, they had like the last like 8 or 9 like things that have happened on airplanes. One guy got a $52,000 fine. I guess like he started like something happened between him and the airline, the chick on there, and at that point, she I guess went into where the pilots are at. This guy got out of control. He started banging on there and trying to get where the pilots are at to get to
into
this.
the cockpit.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
$52,000 fine, and he's banned from the airlines forever.
Yeah, he should be.
You
He
know?
should be.
Yeah, he's taking it a little bit too far. Right? That's taking things a little bit too far. And you know what? If you're going to do things like that, you're going to get in trouble, and there's going to be consequences that are going to
And
happen.
where are all these undercover airport security? You always
So the
hear
air
about in the
marshals-
movies. Where are all these marshals at?
So air marshals, they used to be on almost every plane because of 9/11. Now I guess they didn't because of budget. All right. So now that's another thing the airlines want. They want the air marshals to be on every flight so they can regulate what's going on the plane.
I think they should be. I think it should not even be a question.
Really crazy, right?
Like you got people thousands of feet in the air, thousands of miles from home,
Yeah.
and you have no police officer and no type of enforcement
That's right.
other than a name tag.
That's it.
No.
That's it. All right, so Real J said, hey, John, about to start my glutathione from Titan. What is a good protocol, and what be if it's will I notice? Many thanks, bro. All right, so let's talk about this. So glutathione is super antioxidant. We talked about it today, right? Now, glutathione's great for a number of different things. Now, protocol-wise, it just depends what we're trying to do. So if you have high liver enzymes, now you're getting a triple digit, that's pretty high, right? If you're doing something like that, usually the protocol is glutathione once or twice daily, okay, at 200 milligrams to 400 milligrams, and you're doing that for 14 days straight. Usually after that, those enzymes, ALT, AST, will usually come down within range, okay, or get a lot better than where they're at. If you're going for overall health, building immune system function and such, you just want to be healthy and get rid of free radicals, usually 200 milligrams a day or every other day is going to be sufficient. At that point, with glutathione, it's refrigerated, and the viscosity is a little bit thicker. It can sting a little bit if you're injecting right off the bat. If you mix it with a little bit of B12 and such, you're not going to have much of that stinging at all.
And the sting doesn't last long. It's like it's just for a couple seconds, so it's not like it's going to sting all day. And just a couple seconds, and the sting is the actual active ingredient itself.
Yeah,
it's not the needle going in. It's not infected.
No,
it's the actual active ingredient. So that sting is not any type of infection.
Yeah, so you guys will be good with
and
that.
It's not even like a sting. I mean, it's not.
It's not. Some people feel a little bit more than others.
I feel B12 more. I feel a B12 a little bit more of a tingle than
really.
Yeah.
So Kim Campos, how you doing? Santos, what's going on? Sport, what's up? Wall Street Bros, what's going on? And Hulk Squad, yes, all customer service. Think about it; they all have to. Like an ant bite sting, I don't know about that. It's a little bit of stinging in there. It's not crazy.
Actually, ant bite sting's probably worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely worse.
For sure. Or getting stung by a bee. This is nowhere near that, guys. So I'm not saying that at all. I'm just telling you, you're going to feel just a little bit, but it's not going to be crazy. And if you dilute it with like Titan Complete or something like that, you're not going to feel it at all, hardly at all. All right, it'll be virtually painless. And Tusa, what's going on? How you doing? Is Titan coming to Arnold in Ohio on September 25th? I don't know, guys. I mean, we've got a pretty packed schedule, right? With everything that's coming up, we have a lot of other bodybuilding shows that we're going to be a part of. Olympia, we've got a serious role this year in Olympia, which is in October this year. So maybe we'll talk about Arnold, but let me get through most of these other things first. I haven't really thought about Arnold. Obviously, the announcement just came this last week about Arnold being opening on September. So we'll see how everything goes.
I'm interested to see the Arnold too. Now that it's back, like, is it going to be?
You know what I like about the Arnold? Is this year it's going to be in September. Usually it's like in December.
And it's freezing.
And it's cold as hell.
Everyone's taking pictures with Arnold with the
outside.
Shirt
Yeah, like it's freezing. So September.
I remember walking around in the snow with a hoodie on.
It's the worst.
It was a disaster.
It was the worst.
I was like, I moved to Florida to get away from this.
I've been, I've lived, obviously me and him lived up north, so we know what the cold weather's like and stuff. And it's like in the Midwest, like And then in Columbus, Ohio, I'm just being honest with you. And if you're from Columbus, don't hate me. But there's hardly nothing to do in Columbus,
It's
right?
like a big mill, hard-working
That's
town.
it.
Like
Hard workers, blue collar,
Yeah.
great guys out there, great community. But as far as anything to do out there, even the gym situation.
There's like one gym that's
It's one gym,
decent.
and during Arnold, everybody's crammed to this gym.
It's like the club on New Year's.
You know, it is what it
crazy.
is. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Now, September is obviously a lot more optimal weather-wise.
Actually, I never even thought about it. That's huge.
It's huge.
That's huge.
It's huge. So that's one thing that I did think about when I seen it. I was like, oh, September. I was like, that's not too bad. I was like, maybe we could pull something like this. So you never know when Titan's going to show up, because we might show up out there and we might get a table out there.
But
Who
then
knows?
is it the 27th? When did they say?
25th.
25th. So it's the end of December, end of September. Still going to be cold.
It's getting right there.
It's still going to. I mean,
Yeah.
if we were down here end of September, but it might still be 40s. It might still.
It might start being cold out there. Who
The
knows?
website said it's postponed, so there's no date right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I looked it up. I was gonna find the date.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we do- but the
They put a flyer out.
tickets are cheap if you want to fly over there on a.
Oh, man.
Breeze.
So, yeah,
Fly
Breeze.
out there on Breeze and hope we make it.
Nice. $39. Nicer. $84.
Yeah, see, nice and then nicer. That doesn't.
$50 nicer difference.
What's great and
what do you-
greater?
Okay, what do you get with the nicer? Like, what do you get? 3 inches more leg room?
Oh, dude, that's another thing. Oh, man. For leg room. Oh, man.
$39 to fly. Like, there has to be extra fees.
Yeah,
There
there's
has
got to be. There's got to be. There's
$40.
gotta be.
Where's that trip to? The $40 one?
That's Columbus.
To Columbus, Ohio for $40. So, guys, anybody out there that wants to go to the Arnold, get on Breeze right now.
Yeah,
Get $40.
absolutely. Happy Friday, Kim. How you doing? Happy Friday to everybody else out there. Melody Bodyguard, what's going on? So, Real J, what would be a good fat loss therapy for a female that doesn't prefer to inject anything and doesn't do well with stems?
I would say AOD in the pill form.
So that's
AOD
true.
in a pill
Listen,
form, capsule
we
form.
do have AOD in an oral form, and we do mix it with some other components in there. So that would probably be the best thing. Now, stems, like, all right, doesn't do well with stems. So let's get this on the table. So most people that don't do well with stems are usually taking over-the-counter fat burners, and those have a lot of junk in them, and they make people feel horrible and nauseous, and there's too much, right? It overstimulates. So this is not like that. If you do an ECA, there's a low dose, and that's usually very tolerable to everybody that it doesn't like stems or doesn't take a lot of stems.
We could also customize it for you. If you want to take the caffeine out of it completely, like
Yeah.
you only have 100 mgs. Normally, our ECA has 200 milligrams of caffeine. If you want to get it with 100 or 50, or take it completely out,
Yep.
or if you're allergic to aspirin, you need to take that out. We
Yep.
can take that out for you too. But I would say AOD in a pill form.
Yep.
Like if I were you, and I would say AOD in a pill form.
Yep.
And I would get ECA, and I would have them do a real low dose of caffeine.
Yeah, so I mean, we can customize that ECA, no problem. So
Those are
that's-
both capsules. You don't have to do injections. You just
Yeah.
take one a day of each, and it's simple.
That'd probably be your best bet without any injections or anything like that. Now, even with the injection, we're talking about baby insulin needles. So, I mean, at that point, you know, that's probably going to be one of your best bets. But ECA after that, customized, or AOD, like Drew said, that's a winner for sure. My wife is 5'1", 110 pounds, and trying to get stomach tighter and rid of belly fat for visible abs. So at that point, you want to make sure the hormones are in check, right? Because that could be holding some water, some fat deposits on that point. Make sure that's all good too as well,
You
right?
could also run a food allergy test too to figure out what foods are working best for your body, guys too.
So if she was to inject, I mean, there's a lot now we're talking about. So you're talking about Titan Complete. You could do AOD injectable. That's another big one, right? You could do CJC 1295 with Imprelin. Another big one out there that has no stems at all that you could do in an oral form because it's one of our new therapies, Prometheus. It'll cut the cravings. It will help with lowering sugar levels in her body. It will help with weight loss. It'll give her energy. I mean, that's one that she could definitely take without injecting, without any stems in it, and you should definitely get a really, really good result. Now,
No, go ahead.
so we have patients that have been taking the ECA with the Prometheus and getting tremendous results, right? So even if it's a low dose ECA. So this is definitely a good combination, or you can put the AOD along with it and take Prometheus too as well. So there's a lot of combinations.
And when you cut the cravings, he said it's going to cut your cravings and to cut her cravings.
Yep.
So she's not going to get that hungry, but it also has a mood enhancer.
Yes.
So it's going to have her in a better mood. Normal times, you hear me talk last week, when
Yes.
people are hangry,
Yep.
it's because they're hungry and they need to eat and they can't eat. So normally with these fat burner, quote unquote, fat burner pills you hear about,
Yep.
all they do is curb your appetite and give you a whole bunch of energy. Now you have you have a whole bunch of energy and you have no appetite, which makes you in a bad mood because
right.
you're all over the place. Ours has a mood enhancement, so you're going to be in a good mood even though you're not eating that much.
That's right.
So as your girlfriend or your wife, you obviously want her to be in a good mood. You don't want to be, you know how we get when we get hungry, they get when they get hungry. So you want to be pissed off all the time. That'd be perfect.
Plus another thing with stims, like if you overstimulate, people become aggressive and irritable. Usually that's what it is. Like they become very irritable with this. So at that point, this could be definitely a big winner for her. All right, and she's on birth control. So birth control affects hormones usually. Depends on what kind of birth control she's on, okay? Bird the word. Hello, what's the monthly cost of TRT? So HRT through us is usually between $225 and $375 for out-of-state patients. That includes your testosterone for replacement, your aromatase inhibitor, your anastrozole per se, your estrogen blocker, and your gonadal support, whether it's HCG, kisspeptin, whatever it may be. Your syringes, shipping, everything in your doorstep, full package to you guys, okay? With full support from us, 24/7, call, text, and email. You're not going to get better service from anywhere, I guarantee it. And results. You know, some of these places, they advertise like $99 a month. Like I was just talking to one of the pharmacies last Friday about it. And they get the cheapest, testosterone you get very minimal labs where they're testing just free and total testosterone and maybe a CMP or something like that. So you're getting 2 blood tests and that's it. Just really, really minimal, which is not doing the benefit for you guys. Yeah. You guys don't know this, but they're shortchanging you in a lot of ways.
Even the way that stuff is compounded, a lot of those places.
Yes.
If they're giving you HRT for $99 a month, then they're probably making it in the bathtub somewhere with canola oil. Like I wouldn't trust that. $99 a month? Nah.
For real, guys. Like you can't get labs, and even a bottle of testosterone. I'm just telling you guys. Like from the pharmacies, like they can't even produce it for that shit. I mean, it is what it is.
And you're going to get your HCG and you're not.
Oh, no. They're not even giving you that. That's just testosterone. Because most of these places are like, oh, we'll just push testosterone on people because that's what people need. Yeah. But other people don't understand, like, hey, listen, other hormones are in this, right? So once you're aromatizing estrogen, you're going to be holding fat deposits, water retention, irritability factors.
A lot of that stuff takes a while to correct, too. A lot of times people hear, like, oh, I'll take testosterone, but I won't take anastrozole because I don't need it. I don't need it. First of all, they don't know they need it. They don't know they don't need it because they haven't got their blood work done.
Right.
They're just self-diagnosis saying, okay, well, my nipples aren't puffy.
That's
I haven't gained any water retention. I'm not having any mood swings, so my estrogen's good. They might not need it, but,
Yes.
Definitely got to make sure you're taking what you need because, and again, if you backtrack, if your estrogen and stuff gets out of whack, you can't just take an injection or a pill and it comes right back in a week or two. Sometimes it takes months to get back. Like once your quote unquote nuts go,
it's gone.
It takes a while for them to come back. So it's not just a matter of time of, I'll take it right now without my anastrozole, without my ACG, and once I need it, I'll throw it in there. Yeah. No, because then you're going to throw it in there and have to play catch up for 2 or 3 months.
That's right.
So you might as well start it when you start your regimen. Then you won't have to worry about any problems. Don't wait for the engine light to come on and then wait to fix your car. Keep oil in it, so keep the stuff going on, so you don't have to worry about fixing it later.
I hear a lot of these people out there. They're very uneducated. They're in these forums or online and stuff like that. They're telling people, don't take an estrogen blocker. Like, don't take it. And then some people are like, I'm not going to take it unless I start seeing side effects. Like, that's already too late. Once you start getting side effects, it's too late, guys, right?
And not only that, some of these I hear that all the time. I'm not going to take it till I see side effects.
Dude.
Some of these side effects you can't see.
Right.
Like the only side effect, the only way you're going to be able to tell is to get your blood work done and see it on paper. So you're looking in the mirror every day to see these side effects. I know personally guys that don't get estrogen-related side effects that they see.
Right.
So they'll take boatloads of stuff. Well, they used to take boatloads of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I don't get estrogen. I don't get estrogen. Yeah. They get their blood work done, the estrogen's through the roof.
Right.
But they're just thinking automatically because my nipples aren't puffy, because I'm not having those problems that estrogen
For
is
real.
a problem.
And gynecomastia is something you guys cannot get rid of.
Yeah.
So when you have gynecomastia, the only way that you're going to be able to get rid of it is through surgery, and they're going to have to cut out that tissue. Yeah. That's what it is. It grows tissue. Estrogen fuels tissue, right? Tissue development. That's why you have these nice little breasts for women, and you got all these different, booties, because that's what it happens, right? And that's what it usually does. Plus, estrogen fuels cancer. It does. It's
you can't forget about the issues with ED, and then you guys flipping out on your wives and your girlfriends. Now.
Roid rage. That doesn't come from testosterone.
It doesn't come from testosterone. It comes from high estrogen.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
So you might look like $1 million, but you're being really mean.
See, DJ get Loa. She's been asking about your show and stuff like
Hey,
that.
what's up, girl?
So this is a rarity having Charisse and Tight
Yeah.
Lifestyle with me and Big Drew.
This never
yeah.
happens.
You know,
Yeah.
so we're
So
out
what's
here.
up, guys? How you doing?
Watch all the views start coming up now.
That's right. That's
Everyone
right.
starts coming. All the ladies are
Whatever.
coming on here now.
So, you know, this is just some of the things you guys need to watch out for, right? So, you know, that should pretty much sum it up. I think me, Big Drew, and Charisse, and my son Peter downstairs, plus our here, we're going to go downstairs, get some awesome content, get some sun, and kind of enjoy Memorial Day weekend. So, I want to wish everybody out there a happy Memorial Day weekend.
Be safe.
You know, be safe. Spend time with your family if you got it. Spend time with your loved ones. And if you don't have that, spend time with yourself. Enjoy this weekend. Give yourself something cool. Go out by the pool. If you can't do that,
Get your blanket and your
Do
blankie and your
something,
pillow.
right?
That's
Yeah,
always
if it's
fun.
rainy where you're at, just make it a chill
Yeah,
day.
just a Netflix and Uber Eats.
Hulk Squad say, hey, he said your wife was heckling me about proposing to the girlfriend.
We won't talk about that. I'm just saying, when you've been with your girl for so long, they're gonna start expecting some diamonds.
Oh.
So if you don't want to put it on the finger, you better put it in the ears, on the wrist, somewhere. It better go somewhere. Just saying.
You know what, man? Honestly, tell her, you know what? If you really love me, you're going to get a little tattoo ring around there. You're always
Oh
ever
my
forever.
The tattoo
goodness.
ring. The
Oh yeah, I
tribal
got that tattoo.
ring.
That's
I got
right.
that tattoo.
That's right. Property
John
of.
First
Property
and
of.
last name.
That's right. That's
First
right.
and last. That is dedication.
Yeah. Definitely dedication.
So I think that sums it up for another Tight Lifestyle.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We'll be right back at 2 p.m. next week on Friday.
Yeah.
Check out John So Tuesday at 6 p.m. Charisse has her show now, and Rachel has her show now, and the ABC show
Yes.
that's on Sundays.
Yes. So much. It's just
Got a
crazy.
show every week, or
Yeah.
every day, every
4 or
week.
5. Yeah, man. This is crazy. We're getting crazy here. So we appreciate you guys tuning in again. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week with another Tight Lifestyle with Big Dru.
Next week, guys. Have a great weekend.
Later, guys.